Emily Turner never believed in ghosts. She believed in memory, in the way grief folded itself into the corners of a room when no one was watching. She believed in trauma, hers especially, the kind that lingers after everything else has faded. That year had shattered her, the loss of her sister, her job, and the brittle hope she once held. She was exhausted from starting over. When she signed the lease for Unit 3A, she thought this might finally be the fresh start she needed. New walls, new silence. Apartment 3B was directly across the narrow hallway. Its door stood sealed with 3 locks, and a faint scent of cedar and mildew seeped from under its frame. At first, Emily ignored it. She was busy unpacking the remnants of a life she wasn't sure she wanted anymore. But soon, the strange things began. The air by her shared wall would grow inexplicably cold at precisely 3 a.m. every night, even in the warmest weeks. And there was a subtle vibration, a faint, almost imperceptible hum that pulsed through the drywall, like distant music heard not with the ears, but with the bones. She asked the building manager, Mr. Halverson, a stoic man who spoke as if warning was embedded in every word. "Oh, that unit," he said, glancing away, "hasn't had tenants for years." "Why?" she asked. He didn't smile. "Some doors stay closed for good reasons." That night, the humming began again, this time clearer, almost a melody, a lullaby. Off-key, as if someone had forgotten the tune halfway and started anew. It stopped exactly at 3:11 a.m. every night. Emily began marking the time on her phone. Curiosity pushed her to slip a note under the door of 3B. "Hi, I think we share a wall. Just wanted to say hello. I'm Emily. Let me know if the sound bothers you." The next morning, the note vanished, no reply. But the humming changed. It grew louder, more deliberate, and the lullaby became words. "Hush now, baby. Don't you cry. Mama's gonna sing you lullabies." Emily awoke to find her phone recording an audio clip she didn't start. 45 seconds, mostly silence, then a faint click, then a whisper. "She hears me now." Terrified, she deleted the file and left the apartment early. At work, her mind drifted constantly to the sound. She Googled the building, uncovering little except a tenant record from 2015. Carla Evans, single mother, age 28. No forwarding address after that. A police report was found. Carla and her 1-year-old daughter Hazel had been found dead in apartment 3B. No forced entry, no signs of trauma, except one chilling note scribbled in the margins. Infant eyes open, still rocking in chair. Emily felt the weight of that silence. It wasn't just sound she was hearing. It was memory, repeating endlessly. She called her friend David, an audio engineer. "Do you believe in residual energy?" she asked. David laughed. "I believe in interference. Sometimes the past bleeds into the present." David brought recording equipment. At 3:06 a.m., sensors spiked. The humming started, then a whisper. "Don't wake her. If she cries, she won't stop." The voice was intelligent, aware. David called in Dr. Helen Sloan, a paranormal researcher. Helen brought analog equipment, explaining, "Places like this fold time, grief echoes staining the air. You're not haunted by a ghost, you're haunted by repetition." Helen stayed the night. At 3:14 a.m., Emily's phone rang, Helen's number. On the line, humming, and a child's whisper. "Tell her I'm still here." The call ended. Helen vanished without trace. Police found no sign of her, except for a crayon drawing left on Emily's pillow, a woman rocking a chair, a crib, and a shadow in the doorway. Emily stopped sleeping. The voice began speaking directly. "You're next, Emily. You've heard me. That's how it begins." One night, bags packed, Uber waiting, Emily stepped into the hallway. 3B's door was ajar. Inside, darkness, cold, creaking, rocking. A whisper, "Help me remember how to leave." Days later, Emily learned from neighbors the apartment had been condemned, uninhabitable due to structural damage. Yet the door stood unlocked, inviting. Determined to break the cycle, Emily set up a camera facing 3B. At 3:11 a.m., a faint glow pulsed from inside. A figure appeared, a woman, rocking, humming a lullaby. Then the figure turned, revealing hollow eyes, staring deep into the lens. Emily's screen flickered, the power cut. When it returned, the figure was gone. The screen showed static. Her phone rang again, unknown number. The whisper, Thank you for hearing me. Emily didn't know how long she stood frozen in the hallway, the heavy silence pressing in from all sides. The chill wasn't just in the air, it was deep inside her bones, the kind that no blanket or warm drink could chase away. Her heart pounded so loudly, she feared it might wake whatever lingered behind that cracked door. She took a shaky breath and stepped inside apartment 3B. The room was bare, no furniture, no signs of life, just shadows that seemed to twist and flicker at the edges of her vision. The floorboards creaked beneath her feet, and a cold breeze whispered through the cracked window pane. The faint scent of cedar and mildew was stronger here, mixing with something else, something metallic, like rusted chains or old blood. A slow, rhythmic creaking echoed through the room, as if a rocking chair moved on its own. Emily's gaze fixed on the corner, where a shadow swayed gently back and forth. She stepped closer, heart hammering, and saw a rocking chair, empty but for the slow motion that suggested someone, or something, was still there. Then a soft voice, barely above a whisper, floated from the darkness. "Help me remember how to leave." The words sent a shiver down Emily's spine. She reached out, hesitant, and the temperature dropped further, her breath turning to mist in the air. The chair suddenly stopped moving. Silence stretched tight, unbearable. Suddenly the air vibrated with a low hum, the same lullaby, fragmented and broken. "Hush now, baby, don't you cry. Mama's gonna sing you lullabies." Emily's vision blurred and the room seemed to fold around her. Memories that weren't hers flashed, fragments of a mother singing to her child, a crib rocking, the soft cooing of an infant. Then a scream, sharp and desperate, cutting through the calm. The walls seemed to close in. Emily staggered back, gasping for breath. The voice whispered again, urgent and pleading. "Remember me? Tell my story?" Tears streamed down her face as she nodded, understanding. This was not a haunting to be feared, but a story to be told. A voice trapped in time, begging for release. Determined, Emily left the apartment and returned to her own, her mind racing. She began researching everything she could about Carla and Hazel Evans, gathering newspaper clippings, police reports, and old